Talladega is the biggest NASCAR race in the state of Alabama, and while many make annual trips to cheer on their favorite drivers, few can say they've made it to pit row. Our very own Simon Williams introduces us to an Athens native who gets to be as close as possible to all the action.
Talladega, it's NASCAR's biggest and baddest track. For Josh Appleby, it's a loud, violent welcome home.
Talladega a wild race, high speeds, huge wrecks, even us down in the pits, right? We're watching on the edge of our seat.
The Athens native is a jackman for Trackhouse Racing. He mainly works on Daniel Suarez's number 99 Chevy, which races in the NASCAR Cup Series. But this weekend, he and his fellow pitmates also helped out Jeb Burton's number 27 Chevy for the Xfinity Series Ag Pro 300 race.
It really separates it from a lot of the other tracks. I love coming here. I love coming back to the state of Alabama. Honestly, I miss living here. All that, for me, makes it special, right?
Appleby's been working Dega weekends twice a year since he entered the business 8 years ago. But how he got here in the first place is almost by accident. He moved to Charlotte to work an IT job out of college.
I really wasn't enjoying that, to be honest with you, so I was just kind of looking around for other things. The gym I was working out at, there were a couple guys that had gotten into racing, so I made some phone calls to people that they recommended to me and showed up for practice, said, yeah, this is something I want to do, turned in my 2 weeks notice, and that was pretty much it.
He wasn't a racing junkie or even totally a car guy before his first NASCAR gig. Up to that point, football was the sport that got him the furthest. After 4 years at East Limestone High, he kicked at Louisville.
Learning that is very monotonous and technical, and that actually transferred over really well to this, right? Because you have a very specific job and you have to repeat it, but you work in a 9-second interval. It's similar to that kicking and punting aspect. You're on the sideline for a long time, and then you kind of got to fire and you go and you do your job, and then you're back and you're sitting again.
They might not look alike, but Appleby sees plenty of similarities between the sport he played and the one he's in now for a living. There's a uniform, there's equipment, there's positions, and you work as a team.
Yeah. That's it, boys.
A lot of that just comes through time and and working in the industry and understanding what you need to do and trusting those around you to do their job. And I think that's what ends up putting a team like that at peace, right? Because I know what I need to do and they know what they need to do in order for us to be successful and for us to hit the car, to work on the car, do everything we need to get done.
Come 3 p.m. on Saturday, engines revved and the Ag Pro 300 was off. But things didn't start great for the number 27 car. Appleby was busy as Burton hit the pits 3 times in the first 100 laps.
How we feeling, final stage? Things aren't going well, but we're going to finish well.
The 27 Chevy would average a top 15 pace, eventually finishing in 9th.
Everybody has their own job, right? So we have an engine tuner, and we have guys underneath mechanics in the pit crew, and honestly, they couldn't figure out what it was. So we just rode with it and hoped nothing broke.
Sunday was the big one, the Geico 500 on the NASCAR Cup Series. But it was another disappointing result for the crew. Driver Daniel Suarez finished in 27th, so that win at the home state course eluded Appleby once more. Making it out in one piece is a win in and of itself. Still, he trusts his team's process. Will be ready for the rest of the Cup Series season.
It's not always the most talented person, the most gifted person that ends up making it. It's the individual that puts in the most work and has the most passion behind what they're doing. And honestly, I think I lacked that a little bit in my football game. But I've been able to use my failures and things that I did through football and what I learned and translate it to making me probably much better at this than I was at football.
From the painted lines of the gridiron to the ones that round out the asphalt of a racetrack, Appleby's driven by the love of the game. At Talladega Superspeedway, Simon Williams, Fox 54 Sports.